Good morning. Please bow in prayer with me. Let us unite our hearts in prayer and entrust to the hands of the Lord our God each of those graduating this morning. May God, who began this good work in you, carry it through to completion, enabling you to use your talents to the fullest. May God give you the grace to make wise choices and to be faithful to your commitments, always confident in the support of those who love you. May God bless you with discomfort at easy answers, half-truths, and superficial relationships, so that you will live deep within your heart. May God bless you with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that you will work for justice, equality, and peace. May God bless you with tears to shed for those who suffer from pain, rejection, starvation, and war, so that you will reach out your hand to comfort them and change their pain into joy. May God bless you with the foolishness to think that you can make a difference in the world, so that you will do the things which others tell you cannot be done. May your lives and the manner in which you live them be a gift to the world, and may the Spirit of God be with you always. Amen.
You may be seated. Good morning. Parents, grandparents, family and friends, faculty and staff. And especially good morning to you soon-to-be graduates. I'm Chuck Howard, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Wingate University. And on behalf of the board, I would like to welcome you to the academic quad on this lovely, warm spring morning. In their wisdom, the powers that be have once again opted to start early. Maybe not farmer early, but certainly college student early. And for that, I'm grateful. These old oak trees provide some shade, but even they're no match for 90-degree Carolina heat and Carolina humidity. Speaking of perspiration, the amount of sweat equity you have accrued in the past 4 years is very impressive. You will leave here today with an abundance of knowledge. It's not easy to earn an undergraduate diploma. Being able to hang one on your wall is impressive. But that piece of paper is not the real world. The concepts you grasp, the perseverance you develop, new ways of thinking you learn, those make up the true benefit of your Wingate education. And let's not forget your dedication to service. Many hands make light work. And boy, did we have many hands available on the recent one-day, one-dog of service. Over 1,400 volunteer hours were logged, most of it by students. You're to be commended for your unselfishness and empathy. You're an impressive bunch. Congratulations. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the world, yes, I can tell the world, yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. Tell them what my Lord has done. Word is to them, the conqueror has come, and he brought joy, joy, joy to my soul. Yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the world, I can tell the world, tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the nations, I'm blessed, that I'm blessed. Tell them what my Lord has done. Word is to them, the conqueror has come, and he brought joy, joy. just what he said.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He healed the sick and he raised the dead.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He lifted me when I was down.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He placed my feet on solid ground.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the world,
I can tell the world.
yes, that I'm
I can tell the
I can tell the nations,
I'm blessed.
that I'm
Tell them what my Lord has done. Oh, yes, tell them the conqueror has won. And he brought that morning. Hallelujah. That morning. Hallelujah. I can tell the world about this. I can tell the nations I'm blessed. Tell them what my Lord has done. Oh, yes, tell them the conqueror has won.
Oh Lord, he brought joy that morning, joy when he saved me.
Joy that morning, when he blessed me. I'll tell it, how he brought this joy to my soul.
As the graduates were filing in, I was trying to read the caps that I could from the stage. A few of my favorites. Not a tiara, but it will do. Hotter by 1 degree. And my absolute favorite, a hot mess with a BS. After seeing them, I have now challenged Dr. Littlesweat to bedazzle her chapeau for next year and to see if she can one-up our students. The Bud E. and Ethel K. Smith Award is given annually to the graduating senior judge to have made an outstanding contribution through leadership of fellow students. This year's honoree combined an outstanding level of academic achievement with an equally high level of campus involvement during her 4 years at Wingate. She majored in communication and will graduate today with honors. She was selected by the communication faculty as the outstanding student in public relations, having also completed minors in broadcast journalism, international studies, and Spanish. She has been an exemplary leader for the Student Government Association during all 4 years at Wingate, and has also been a member of Chi Omega Sorority, Bulldogs into Going Green, and the International Club. She has also served as a resident assistant, a one-day, one-dog ambassador, and a Gateway peer mentor. The 2018 recipient of the Bud E. and Ethel K. Smith Award is Amanda Marie Ailing. The C.C. Burris Award is presented annually to the graduating senior woman who represents the ideals of scholarship, leadership, and service. Today's honoree has performed research on a number of different projects, both here at Wingate and at the University of Tennessee as a National Science Foundation Research Experiences for Undergraduates Award winner. One of her research projects has been a collaborative effort between the School of Pharmacy and the Chemistry Department. She has presented her research at the Southeastern Regional Meetings of the American Chemical Society, and she will be attending the University of Washington's PhD program in analytical chemistry. The 2018 recipient of the C.C. Burris Award is Emily Luann Pruitt. The A.F. Hendricks Award is presented annually to the graduating senior man who represents the ideals of scholarship, leadership, and service. This year's award winner majored in biology and minored in chemistry. He is graduating with university honors. He is the 2017 Homecoming King, an orientation leader, and the Mr. Wingate Scholarship recipient. Said about today's recipient of the Hendricks Award: in the classroom, he was naturally inquisitive, intellectually gifted, and an enthusiastic, passionate learner. Whether with students, staff, or faculty, he revealed himself as purely genuine and humble, and asked us all to be better individuals. His motto is, quote, "Love everyone," end quote, and he has certainly moved this campus by doing so. He has been accepted into Western Carolina University's accelerated BSN program and plans to be an obstetric midwife. He is a true example of faith, knowledge, and service, and we have been blessed by his presence in our lives. The recipient of the 2018 A.F. Hendricks Award is Isaac Yaboa Aining. Isaac, you know, the winner of that award in 1989 is now the president of this university. So we're going to need another one in about 20 years, so you stay close. The Fred H. Allen Award is presented annually to the graduating senior judge to have exhibited outstanding Christian leadership and to have been involved in significant Christian service projects. Today's honoree is not only outstanding in the classroom, earning magna cum laude and university honors, but she has demonstrated active Christian leadership and service. For several years, she has led a weekly small group Bible study and mentored local high school students through her affiliation with Young Life. In addition to her numerous service endeavors, include leadership within her sorority and with organizations such as Amnesty International, Psi Chi, the Psychology Club, and Circle K International. The recipient of the 2018 Fred H. Allen Award is Abigail Lois Valenta. The Jerry and Alice Surratt Award is presented annually to the graduating senior who has made the most significant contributions in the area of international education through scholarship and service. A political science major, today's award winner studied abroad in Italy, traveled to Austria and the Czech Republic on a choir trip, and participated in a university winter national to Germany. He was a classroom leader who was not one to shy away from hard questions. One faculty member said, "Those of us who taught him know that he came ready to debate international issues like globalization or terrorism, and that his positions were based on a deep interest in global affairs." He was one of those students who had both strong convictions and a willingness to engage with differing viewpoints. The 2018 recipient of the Jerry and Alice Surratt Award is Preston Flowers. The H.K. Helms Award honors the memory of former Wingate mayor and businessman H.K. Helms, who also served as a chair of the University Board of Trustees. This award honors the undergraduates who have achieved the highest academic average. This year we have 7 students who achieved a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all names are called. The Helms recipients will receive an additional recognition as you cross the stage and receive your diplomas. Ty Allen Andrus. Rory Michael Casey. Grace Elizabeth Gregory. Valerie Grichet. Sierra Bell Kincaid. Megan Alexandra Martucci. And last but not least, Gordon S. Sprague IV. Thank you all. It is also my honor this morning to recognize 2 faculty members who have been chosen by their colleagues, alumni, and students for outstanding teaching, scholarship, and service. Deborah O'Neill was an associate professor of history at Wingate University. She was an innovative and beloved teacher, scholar, and colleague. Dr. O'Neill's students awarded her high praise for her presentation of challenging courses and her sisterly support for her students. Debbie inspired everyone by her quiet modeling of faith, knowledge, and service. When the Deborah M. O'Neill Professor of the Year Award was created, Debbie was battling cancer for the 2nd time. As a friend, Debbie cared deeply, listened compassionately, and laughed wholeheartedly at everyday ironies and inappropriate jokes. She loved dark chocolate, margaritas, and red raspberries. We were all better people, truer, kinder, and gentler because of Debbie. While the award in her name recognizes excellence in teaching, to those of us who knew Debbie, it represents significantly more. The Deborah M. O'Neill Award for Excellence in Teaching is presented to a Wingate University faculty member who has served with distinction in the classroom and who has been a member of the faculty for 8 years or less. The honoree is selected by nomination from students, faculty, administration, and alumni. A few comments about today's recipient. As my advisor, he pushed me to grow both academically and as a person in ways I would have never imagined. He has high expectations for his students and treats them with respect. He cares about the student in and beyond the classroom. He is professional, compassionate, and funny. He's passionate about the subjects he teaches. He turns complex issues into simple concepts that students can understand. His classes are engaging and always there for me, pushing me forward to pursue my dreams. The 2018 Deborah M. O'Neill Award for Excellence in Teaching is presented to Assistant Professor, Political Science, Dr. Jake Wobig. The Charles and Hazel Courts Award for Excellence in Teaching is presented to a Wingate University faculty member who is nominated by students, faculty, staff, administration, and alumni as deserving of special recognition for meritorious teaching. A few comments from students and faculty about this candidate. He embodies all of the qualities of an amazing professor. When I step out of his classroom, I feel encouraged to make a difference in the world. He truly cares for his students. He goes out of the way to make people feel important. His intelligence, kindness, and genuine disposition has fostered my love for learning. He works loyally on numerous faculty committees and even finds time to be a lay leader in his church. The 2018 Charles and Hazel Courts Award goes to Associate Professor Communication, Dr. Jim Kuhn. And lastly, the Order of the Seal is presented to those faculty and staff members who have served our university for more than 30 years. Each of them has been presented with a medallion signifying membership in the Order of the Seal. At this time, we would like for all members of the Order of the Seal to stand or raise your hand and be recognized. Madam Provost, please escort Bill Garfield Braswell to the podium. Mayor Bill Braswell's biography is on page 7 of your commencement program. When I read of his professional achievement, his civic engagement, and his personal life, and consider my own personal experience with Bill, I think of 3 titles: citizen, public servant, family man. Humility and decency and wit have characterized almost every interaction I have had with Bill Braswell. And yesterday was no different. Family, friends, and colleagues gathered for a luncheon to celebrate the honor we will confer to Mayor Braswell today. At that event, I thought of a bit of wisdom and aspiration I once heard that I think encapsulates Bill. The true meaning of life is to plant trees under whose shade you do not expect to sit. And it is obviously a family trait. When I think of Carolyn's work as a librarian, her life's work, a sower of seeds in the mind, she is Bill's ally, but more accurately, his partner in crime. And we are grateful for you, and we are thankful that you keep our mayor going. To Bess and Molly, I'm just glad that we could offer some solace to the hours lost discussing storm drainage, sewage treatment, and water transfer over the dinner table. You all remember the rubber bracelets that were popular at one time, WWJD. What would Jesus do? They made me a little uncomfortable. Personally, I am a deeply flawed human being, and that was a high bar. And after all, he was the Son of God. God made flesh, gave everything away to preach the good news, and was crucified for it. Not sure we're prepared to hold ourselves to that standard. So I've decided to make myself a WWBBD rubber bracelet. What would Bill Braswell do? Another high bar, but with dedication and commitment, a life we can all aspire to, and as we've witnessed, it can certainly be done. Bill, for a life lived in the service of others, of a life being lived in the service of others, it is my privilege to present to you today the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters. Thank you and congratulations. And on page 6 of today's commencement program, you have the biography of another public servant, North Carolina's 50th Attorney General, Josh Stein. From the body of work outlined in your program, you can see Attorney General Stein's passion and commitment for the people of North Carolina. And he knows a bit about education too, from teaching high school in Zimbabwe to graduating from, while no match for Wingate certainly, two of our country's finest schools, Dartmouth College and Harvard University. Attorney General Stein is head of a department with 850 employees, which includes the State Crime Lab, the State Justice Academy, which trains law enforcement and others in criminal justice, and the 300 lawyers who handle criminal appeals and civil litigation. Even though his job requires substantial travel, Josh likes to time his trip so he can return home to Raleigh to be with his wife and children most nights. Even though he might not make it back until 2 a.m., Stein says, "I'd rather be home. I get to see the kids in the morning." I'm assuming you had a rather long drive this morning. He credits his parents, Jane and Adam Stein, for instilling in him the value that we must serve others and do our part to create a fairer, more just society. He says, quote, "As Attorney General, I get to work toward that goal every day as I serve the people of North Carolina," end quote. Sir, we are grateful for your service and for your advocacy on our behalf. Please welcome North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is a happy day, and I am so thrilled to be with you all. Great day to be at Wingate University, and it is great to be surrounded by so many excited Bulldogs. Am I right? Is there any excitement in here? Well, now you know I'm not above a cheap applause line. President Brown, Mayor Braswell, or rather Dr. Braswell, other distinguished guests on the podium, faculty members, parents, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2018. I am Josh Stein, your North Carolina Attorney General, and it is such a distinct honor for me to share this special moment with you on this wonderful and truly glorious day. I want to thank my friend G.R. Kinley. He invited me to be with you all this morning, and as many of you may know, he is the long-term former mayor of Rockingham and is a proud father of a Wingate graduate. Among his many other civic and professional accomplishments, GR worked to establish a scholarship program that has helped more than 100 students attend Wingate College University, including some in the audience today. He is an inspiration, and everyone who loves Wingate Should be grateful to have him as part of your community. GR, thank you. Today, we celebrate. We celebrate this great university, which has grown from its humble origins in the late 1800s into a dynamic and influential center of learning today in North Carolina. We celebrate you, class of 2018, and the many years of hard work and dedication that made your dreams of this moment become a reality. And we celebrate the parents, professors, and others whose love, teaching, and support have been crucial to your success. As the father of 3 teenagers, including one in college, I especially want to make sure that the proud parents here get the love they deserve. So graduates, let's do this. Let's all show our gratitude and affection to the people without whom you would not be here by standing up. Let's stand up, turn around and point to your loved ones, and let's applaud them. Thank them. Well, that's excellent. Thank you. You can be seated. Now, when my wife Anna asks how the speech went, I can say I actually got a standing ovation. Today marks an important transition in all of your lives. For most of you, today is the day when 17 or more years of schooling are officially over, and you enter the broader world, as I hate to break it, real adults. Adulting, of course, doesn't mean you're fully formed. It doesn't mean that you know exactly what you want to do with your life or how you're going to do it. In fact, that uncertainty, that open field of possibility, is what makes this moment in your lives so exciting, even if it is a little daunting. But you are ready. Because even if you don't know it today, which path you'll take, you will walk upright and stride confidently because you possess the values that Wingate has instilled in you: faith, knowledge, and service. Service. I'd like to focus on that part of the Wingate Creed for a moment because that calling was also my guiding light 30 years ago when I began the journey you are embarking on today. When I was sweating in my gown back in 1988, I'll admit I was not thinking the most profound thoughts. Mainly, I was hoping that the speeches wouldn't be too long, but don't any of you get your hopes up. You got about 15 more minutes to go. While I do remember who spoke at my graduation, I don't fully recollect what she said. And so in the many years to come, you probably won't recall the thrust of my remarks either. So I hope at least you'll remember my name. Again, it's Josh Stein. While I couldn't have imagined the course my life would take, I did know a few simple things that have served me well. I knew I wanted to explore, to keep learning, and most importantly, to serve. To me, service means that every day I want to try to help other people live their lives just a little bit better than they would have had I not been around. Serving others gives me a sense of purpose and fills me with light. In Isaiah 58, verse 10, the Bible reads, "Feed the hungry and help those in trouble. Then your light will shine out from the darkness, and the darkness around you will be as bright as noon." So after college, I decided to go on an adventure. I decided to move to Zimbabwe and live there for a couple of years, teaching English and economics to young adults who had been disabled in their war for independence. Living in Zimbabwe taught me a lot about myself and others. As Mark Twain once said, travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. It certainly was for me. I came to appreciate that all people fundamentally want the same things in life. We all love our families and want them to be happy, healthy, and safe. And we want our children to get a first-rate education like the one that you received here at Wingate University. And for those children to have an opportunity to secure a meaningful, good-paying job. Folks just want their kids to have a fair shot at achieving their dreams. I loved Zimbabwe and the people there, but I saw how those simple dreams can be shattered by a bad government. When I arrived there in 1988, it was still considered a jewel of Africa, a relatively prosperous and safe country that honored the rule of law and had a bright future. Unfortunately, then President Robert Mugabe triggered a long democratic backslide. He jailed political opponents, replaced judges he didn't like with those he did, and shut down newspapers that dared to criticize him, declaring them the enemy of the people. The chief aim of his economic policies was to enrich himself and his cronies, and they resulted in some of the worst hyperinflation in the history of the world. Earlier this year, after 38 years in power, the people of Zimbabwe deposed Mugabe, but sadly not before he ran that nation into the ground politically and economically. I remain in touch with a couple close friends, former students, and both struggle simply to provide for their families, no matter their effort or their enterprise. Living abroad made me appreciate more deeply the United States and all that makes us exceptional. These days we hear a lot of how bad things are. It's true that our politics are as politicized and polarized and partisan as they have been in decades. People's faith in essential institutions such as the judiciary, law enforcement, and the media is waning as verbal assaults on them become more common. And in the intensity and turbulence of this moment, particularly with the constant noise of the 24-hour news cycle, it is easy to lose perspective about the strength and stability of our nation. For that, we owe so much to our founders. They declared that all men are created equal, establishing an aspiration that we have been pursuing and getting closer to ever since. They formed a market-based economy and spurred an entrepreneurial spirit that has resulted in an economic strength and prosperity unrivaled in human history. And they committed our nation to the rule of law to ensure that justice is blind and that no man is above the law. Because of the sturdiness of these foundations, our republic has withstood so much over our nearly 242 years and has emerged more resilient, more prosperous, and more just. From our founders' initial gamble and struggle to forge this unprecedented experiment in representative democracy, to the abolition of slavery 7 years later, from the nearly wholesale economic collapse of the 1930s, to the Great War to defeat fascism that followed, we have known worse times than these and not only persevered but progressed. Progress comes through hard work and pursuit of a just cause. And that is what we must do because there's work still to be done. We need to ensure that all people are treated equally, to expand meaningful opportunities to more people, and to strengthen our democracy. And that work falls to each of you, members of the class of 2018. So I'd like to offer a few thoughts for your consideration. First, nourish our democracy. Don't take our freedoms or system of government for granted. Don't be lulled into believing that the brilliance in our Constitution is self-executing. The old story goes that as Benjamin Franklin was leaving the Constitutional Convention, an anxious passerby asked him, what form of government had the framers provided for? A monarchy or a republic? Franklin responded, a republic if you can keep it. What Franklin understood is that democracy and the rule of law doesn't just happen because you write them down. Again, take Zimbabwe as a study in contrast. Like many countries, Zimbabwe's constitution has glittering protections for individual liberties and property rights, rights on paper that arguably exceed our own. But those beautiful words were no match against a dictator determined to trample the rule of law and defy the will of his people. The lesson is that paper rights only have meaning when they are backed by a legal system that will enforce them and an engaged citizenry that will defend them. Class of 2018, I call on you to be those engaged citizens. Challenge your political leaders, including me. Don't let me or any other elected official undermine your freedoms, denigrate the truth, or put ourselves above the law. Sharing your views on social media is a good start, but it is not enough. Get involved in your community when you leave. Join a church or civic organization. Stay informed. Make sure your opinions flow from the facts and not the other way around. Be heard. Let your representatives and friends and neighbors know what you think, whether it's by phone, in person, by email, by petition, or by protest. Hold us accountable. If we fail to represent you effectively, make a change by voting or even for running for office yourselves. That's the beauty of our democracy. Second, as you stand up for your beliefs, remember that we're all in this together. In these partisan times, it's easy to write off someone who's different from you. Abraham Lincoln once said, "I don't like that man. I must get to know him better." So let's reach out to people who have different backgrounds and views. Approach them with a peaceful heart and an open mind. Put yourselves in their shoes and try to understand where they're coming from. I guarantee you will find that our commonalities are greater than our differences. I'm sure that you disagree with some of what I believe and likely some of what I said today, and that's okay. I don't want to shock you, but I have been wrong before. But let's listen to one another, try to understand each other's perspective, and see if we can bridge the divide. Because we are all brothers and sisters in the grand and continuing democratic experiment called America. In my own work as Attorney General, I have been amazed at the things that we can achieve when we stop focusing on what divides us and instead come together to find solutions to our common problems. For instance, for the past year and a half, I've been traveling the state to explore ways to fight this opioid crisis that has ruined too many lives, broken too many families, and burdened too many communities here in North Carolina. The scourge of the opioid epidemic affects so many of us. I've met with law enforcement and healthcare professionals, survivors and loved ones, some whose loved ones tragically died, with policymakers and other community leaders. In these meetings that happen around the state, no one cares who you voted for. They don't care what the color of your skin is. They don't care who you worship, where or when you were born, or even whether you root for Duke or UNC, Wingate or Queens. What folks care about is whether you're willing to join hands with others to prevent more North Carolinians from being pulled down the dark path of addiction. Help those who are currently struggling with addiction to get healthy and to rebuild lives and communities that addiction has already devastated. Our collective efforts have already yielded real progress in North Carolina. Last year, the state enacted the STOP Act to require smarter prescribing by doctors and dentists so that fewer patients will get addicted to the pain pills and fewer kids will reach into their parents' and grandparents' medicine cabinets and meet the same fate. This legislation was a result of bipartisanship. My office drafted the bill. Republican legislators refined and championed it in the General Assembly. The legislature passed it unanimously in bipartisan fashion. Democratic Governor Roy Cooper signed it into law, and the Republican Trump administration has supported our state's effort to curb addiction. You likely read or hear about the petty political disagreements that sometimes occupy our time in Raleigh or in Washington. And I won't sugarcoat it by arguing that they don't exist. But more often than you realize, when someone has a good idea that will help other people's lives, our government is still able to come together and do the right thing. My third suggestion is whatever you choose to pursue, embrace the spirit of service that Wingate has imparted. Find your Zimbabwe. Now, you might find yours the way I found mine, by grabbing a passport and jumping on a plane. And some of you are indeed off to see the world, like Tyrone Florizard, who will leave Wingate to start a Fulbright in Malaysia. But your adventure might involve going back to where you were raised and helping to reinvigorate your hometown. You can work for a business that improves people's lives, like Robert Benjamin, Wingate class of 2016, who launched his own education company. Or you can become a faith leader, like Leland Stevens, who incredibly was a member of Wingate classes 1962 and 2016. Stevens led the Grace Baptist Church in Charlotte during the Civil Rights Movement and courageously spoke out against the Klan. Or you can make art that touches people and reminds us what it means to be alive, like Karen Sheldon, Wingate class of 2008, whose documentary on the opioid epidemic was nominated for an Oscar. You can enter a profession like education, social work, or healthcare that has service and compassion at its core, like your classmate, Gada Bedwan, who will enter medical school next year. Or you can work to keep us safe by joining law enforcement or the military, like your own President Brown and fellow Wingate graduates, Brandon Hunt, Gordon Sprague, and Kate Rogers. Wingate has prepared you for all of these things and more. Now, at this point in my remarks, having shared some thoughts on citizenship, tolerance, and service, my wife told me to wrap it up. But I told her I didn't know when, if ever, I'd have a captive audience of 21-year-olds who had to listen to me, so I'm going to keep going. Here are some quick tips I've learned over the past half century that hopefully will serve you well in life. First, find your passion and listen to it. It may tell you to make time for doing math, preparing food, building things, or 100 other possibilities. No one can choose for you what makes you happy. And you need to be happy with yourself to fully love your family and contribute to your community and country. Second, don't let failure deter you. Don't be afraid to take a risk and try something new, even if you don't succeed at first. I didn't let the fact that my worst grade in graduate school was in a class called electoral politics stop me from pursuing my passion of public service. Third, prioritize your loved ones. There will be times when life or your job gets in the way, but focus like a laser on keeping a healthy balance between your work and your family. It will bring you the most meaningful joy of your lives. Fourth, choose to be nice. It is often easier and more pleasant than the alternative. Fifth, not everything has to go on Snapchat or Instagram, I promise you. Sixth, if you have a chance to use the restroom, go ahead and do it because you don't want to regret it later. Seventh, you may as well learn to like salad because as you get older, you're going to gain weight. Eighth, and finally, do not cut your hair the day before your wedding. Trust me on that one. Wingate class of 2018, as you embark on the next chapter, be engaged citizens. Be patient and compassionate to your neighbors. Enjoy life and stay true to the Wingate Creed: faith, knowledge, service. If you do those things, I think you'll be happy, and I know that you will continue to make all of us proud. Thank you.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Music Education please stand and approach the platform? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I present the following candidates who have completed the requirements for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music. Anna Ruth Acosta. Amanda Marie Ailing. Naomi Denise Askew. LaDeja Tanel Bittle. Katie Powers Deese. Hunter Neil Edwards. Mariona Medina Espinault. Alexandra Lee Farrow. Jessica Lynn Grant, cum laude. Amber Nicole Harkey, cum laude. Shauna Nicole Hayes, summa cum laude. Mary Kate Kinsey Hill, cum laude. Alicia Marie McDaniel. Caitlin Tamara Montoya Uria. Laurel Hope O'Connor. Stephanie Dawn Palmer. Matthew Christian Reese. Camry Lawring Reynolds, University Honors. Marianne Ruiz. Lauren Nicole Russell. Catherine Ariel Sane. Kelton Lane Stone. Macy Brianne Stutz, magna cum laude with University Honors. Justin Theodore Traxler. Rachel Moyer Truslow. Andrew Thomas Van, University Honors. Ana Maria Vascones Carrera Andrade. Anne Marie Wall. Whitney Marie Wood. Bruce McKinley Boorman. Jessica Lyndon Daniel, cum laude. Kimberly Margaret Gilbert, magna cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please stand and approach the platform? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I present the following candidates who have completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Kenosha Shine Adams. Corey Blaine Adams. Jordan Faye Adcock, magna cum laude. Jessica Nicole Allen. Samantha Angela Allen. Jonathan Patrick Almond. Ty Allen Andrus, summa cum laude. Isaac Yaboa Aining, University Honors. Samantha Jo Apple. Amanda Rose Aversa, cum laude. Flavia Sturbaez. John Allen Bengal. Jason Matthew Barbie. Tiffany Nicole Barbie. Michaela Lynn Bates. Cameron Todd Bokum. Cecilia Ann Bumgardner. Blair Lindsay Beeman. Gada Bedwan, magna cum laude with university honors. Ian Michael Bergman. Adam Landon Berry. Madeline Sidney Berry Hill, cum laude. Katie Marie Ludeau. Jessica Nicole Borsico. Christopher Charles Irving Boykins, magna cum laude. Akila Danielle Branch. Garrett Lee Bridgewater. Susanna Grace Brower, cum laude. Bradley Jared Brown. Kiara Brinia Bullock. Bryson Dylan Burton. Lillian Michaela Burton, magna cum laude. Randall Caldwell. Haley Nicole Camp. Rory Michael Casey, summa cum laude with university honors. Katie Diane Cates. Brandy Nicole Celia, cum laude. Maria Paula Cepeda. Karina Elizabeth Chavez. Felipe Musoni Checo, magna cum laude. Bree Childs, cum laude. Devarius Natuan Christian. Rachel Ann Claxton. Cheyenne Klaus. Mackenzie Jacumin Connor. Cameron Paul Conover. Mateo Correa, cum laude. Levi Lucas Cummings, cum laude. Joshua Michael Cutlip. Lashana Janae Davis. Patrick Logan Deese. Jerome DeRosier. Rebecca Davy. Nicholas Ramos dos Santos, University Honors. Andrew Simon Dowds. Daniel James Dunning, cum laude. Katie McCall Edwards, cum laude. Nukenji Atancia Ruth Edwards. Jessica Anayeli Ascutia Miranda. David Richard Fairgrieve, summa cum laude. Mary Fakori. Caitlin Elizabeth Fletcher, magna cum laude. Tyrone Austin Fleurizard, cum laude and University Honors. Preston Lee Flowers. Daniel Atlas Free. Crystal Nicole Fuller. Shannon Irene Futrell. Sarah Elizabeth Gainey, summa cum laude with University Honors. Abby Jeanette Gaunt. Damian Gona. Maria Fernanda Garcia Herrera. Crystal Arlene Gatling. Christopher Gazio. Yasmin Gomez Heng. Micah William Wenzel Goodwin. Devin Brianne Gowan. Grace Elizabeth Gregory, summa cum laude. Valerie Grishe, summa cum laude with University Honors. Veronica Rachel Griffin, University Honors. Seth Grimwood. Caitlin Halbrook.
Across, I don't know what I said, sorry.
Michaela Amelia Hanna. Lindsay Nicole Hapeman. Samuel Joseph Hedda. Haley Brooke Hedrick. William Graham Heisner. Chandler Mark Helms. Tony Kale Helms. Shekinah Glory Henderson. Morgan Brooke Hendricks. Cody Stephen Hicks, cum laude with University Honors. Bo Hunter Hildebrand, magna cum laude. Brandon Chase Hill. Nathaniel Robert Hinderer, magna cum laude. Nicole Taylor Hinkle. Allison Taylor Hinson. Sebastian Holmberg, cum laude. Marie Orlando Holt. Gabrielle Faith Hooker. Courtney Taylor Hopkins. Taylor Brooke Hoskins. Zeb Klein Hole. Brandon R. Hunt. Vincent Huyn. Amy Mary Jackson, summa cum laude. Mark Draven James. Dante Cameron Jarrow, cum laude. Cameron Jean-Jacques. John Victor Jensen. Joby Andrea Johnson. Alexis Rochelle Jones. Kayla Dolores Jones. Christopher Allen Joyce. Leah Cohen Joyner, cum laude. Jordan Caleb Kendrick. Dustin Taylor Giggins. Tammy Jo Kimry. Sierra Bell Kincaid, summa cum laude. Lauren Elise Kaiser. Preston Colin Cleaset. Madison Ann LaBarbara. Cassara Marie Lear. Bryson Rhett Lee. Gregory Jordan Lee. Olivia Ann Lee. Amanda Brooke Lemakes. Taylor Leibel. Caitlin Michelle Liso. Rachel Christine Loads. Zarek Andres Lawler. Timothy Dion Longmire. Zachary Thomas Griffin Lord. Antrell Joseph Mack. Ryan Joseph Francis McIntosh. Tavita Finau Mafi. Brittany Elizabeth Mangum. Kelly Marie Manning. Haley Lee Mans. Ilian Macedonia Marvin Figueroa. Jalen Anthony Marlowe. Lindsay Kushner Martin. Megan Alexandra Martucci. Kaylin Hannah McCain. Leander McCall IV. Jacob Miles McCune. Samuel James McKee III. Kara Elizabeth McHowell. Caitlin Elizabeth Myers, magna cum laude. Akira Janae Miller. Brock Alexander Miller, summa cum laude. Rosemary Page Miller, magna cum laude. Brian Daniel Miller. Jennifer Renee Mills, magna cum laude. Okay. Philip R. Mink. Marta Krista Mischenko. Brian Austin Mitchell. Tazia Tanishwa Moody. Shalon McCabe Moore. Shannon Rose Moore. Erica Paige Morlock. Melissa Marie Morgul. Hunter Michael Morgan. Kamel Amjad Mahayden. Erica Morales Mullen. Cum laude. Vicente Manwaz. Timothy Raphael Myers II. Tyler Gregory Napirala. Haley Marie Newton. Charles Ty Wynn. Tab Roland Oakley. Nate Ogutu. Nicholas Santos de Oliveira. Shannon Dupre O'Neill. Hannah Page Overcash. Jordan Ann Elizabeth Owens. Jordan Caroline Owens. Raj Patel. Shivani Patel. Nathaniel Romario Patterson. Carson Beth Payton, cum laude with university honors. James Kemper Patton, magna cum laude. Miranda Morgan Paul. Hannah Brooke Payne. Emily Caitlin Luttrell Penny, cum laude. Elizabeth Philichon. Brittany Lee Pierce. Jacob Lee Plyler. Mackenzie Carson Pons. Megan Brittany Pope, cum laude. Stephen James Potter. Brittany Jewel Powell. Olivia Ann Price. Marinella Procopi. Derek Allen Proctor. Dramatic moment. Emily Luann Pruitt, magna cum laude with university honors. Leonard Quise. Ariana Joe Reichert. Allie Caitlin Reitzel, cum laude. Brian Ryle. Lauren Marie Robinson. Maninko Vishon Robinson Jr. Rosio Arceli Robles Rodriguez. Shannon Ann Roche. Justin Tyler Rogers, cum laude with university honors. Michaela Jo Rudisil, cum laude. Caitlin Hope Russell. Juliette Marie Salguero, magna cum laude. Emily Rose Scully. Miranda Dare Seegers, cum laude. Joshua Weston Shelton. William Ike Sheridan. Summer Nicole Sharon. Kelly Jessica Shiverdecker, cum laude. Robin Christian Siegel, magna cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Simpson. Zachariah Cole Singleton, summa cum laude. Emily Lauren Smedick. Bria Sierra Smith, magna cum laude. Maria Francis Sophia. Kristen Marie Spate. Gordon Stafford Sprague IV, summa cum laude. Casey Elizabeth Stevenson. Takoria Stevenson. Sierra Lynn Stubblefield. Joshua Dakota Suddeth. Carolyn Julie Sullivan. Jeremy Strauss Sullivan. Joshua Robert Tarleton, summa cum laude. Taylor Sinclair Tart. Mason Rusty Teague, cum laude. Haley Michelle Terry. Taylor Nicole Thompson. William Alexander Tidwell. Catrice Elisa Tolbert. Jesus Torres. Stephen Christopher Tresler. Vinita Tripathi. Abigail Lois Valenta, magna cum laude with university honors. Nicholas Woodson Vaughn. Caitlin Marie Filala. Stephen Dylan Williams. Anna Lee Wilson. Joseph Banks Wise. Danielle Marie Wolf, cum laude. Taylor Elaine Wolf. Robin Arama Ramadou. Cody Garrett Wood. Kenneth Wayne Wright III, magna cum laude. Trent Langdon Wynn. Anna Mosley Youssef. Monica Zachariah. Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Bachelor of Liberal Studies please stand and approach the platform? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I present the following candidates who have completed the requirements for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Liberal Studies. Jalila Jamilia Chapman. Miranda Michelle Duncan, cum laude. Morgan Dare English. Jamie Lynn Forrester. Trenton James Gregg. Josue Guevara. Elisa Marie Hanley, cum laude with university honors. Hannah Irene Helms. Jonathan Charles Helms. Megan Brooke Littlefield. Marina Michelle Maystruck. Anna Brooke McCollum. Morgan Blair Penninger. Daisha Danae Phillips Wynn. Ashley Nicole Riley. Morgan Lynn Rory. Vidley Svarishchik. Andrea Honeycutt Wilbur. Caroline Elizabeth Zwick. Rujni Manvendra Chanshetty, magna cum laude with no university honors. Magna cum laude. Marcus Taquan Clyburn. Jennifer Arlette Corbett, cum laude. Laurel Alexandra Fort Wengler. Odisha Lindsay Houston. Konish Lotharp. William Roger May. Ashley Joanne Meir. Kimberly Ann Moreno. Luisa Tejeda. Agatha Chanel Threet. Juan Lu Ming.
Will the class of 2018 please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Wingate University, and in recognition of your completion of all requirements for your degree, I hereby confer upon you the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music Education, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and Bachelor of Liberal Studies with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities, family, friends, and faculty, the class of 2018. Close. Today we celebrate and bear witness to the power of education. From Attorney General Stein to Mayor Braswell, from me and from you. The power of education to change lives, the power of education to heal an imperfect world and its people. To the class of 2018, your perseverance, your commitment, and your achievement do us all proud. I am sure that you are, as I am, extremely grateful for the family and friends in attendance today. I want you all to recall the classes, the people, the principles you learned here. Show gratitude to us who have invested in you by paying your education forward. Go and do likewise, my friends. At the conclusion of this ceremony, many of you will head to the old wellspring for photographs to capture the joy of this moment. Please take time to remember that the old wellspring was constructed to remind us of our history and of our purpose. The Wingate School was located on this site because of the water source that feeds the old wellspring that has nourished the Wingate School and its students for 122 years. The four bowls represent the evolution of our institution from school to junior college to university. Our university is your wellspring. We want Wingate to continue to be your source for vocational discovery, for career development, for your faith journey, for civic engagement, and for your own personal evolution. Your lives have been changed forever because of your experiences here, and so our lives have been shaped by your presence. Think of us often and keep us apprised of your joys, your triumphs, and your heartaches. We will always be here for you, and the very best way to make us proud is to invest in others the way you have been invested in here. Take what has transformed you at Wingate and use it to influence your community, your family, your places of worship, and your workplace. We hope you visit and communicate often. Wingate will always be your alma mater, your nourishing mother. Thank you for passing our way. We are better for it. Take care and be well. Go in peace and Godspeed on your life's journey. Please stand and join Kelly Manning in our closing benediction.
Good morning. I have the privilege of closing our ceremony today with the benediction prayer. And the word benediction just means a good word. And so many of you, whether faculty or friends or family, have spoken good words to us and over us. So I would love if you could join me for one last word in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, you have faithfully seen us to this day. And man, we are very, very grateful. We offer back to you our collegiate experience, God. Every heartbreak, every moment of pride, every disappointment, every friendship, we give it all back to you, Lord, knowing that you may continue to shape, mold, and stretch us. For we are not leaving this place the same people that we were when we came. We have learned more about our individual selves than we ever could have asked for. Give us strength to resist the temptations of greed, laziness, pride, and envy, as we strive to do and be our best. May we remember that our achievements and our failures will never define us. They don't. Instead, may we remember that we were fearfully and wonderfully made by you for a purpose. May we bask in the joy of this day, and may the fierce dedication and patient perseverance that has brought us to this moment carry us forth to create a world marked by peace, justice, and compassion beyond measure. Thank you for loving us, Father, and never giving up on us. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.